Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 37 of Supercruise News. I am Zach, one of the community managers here on Elite Dangerous. I'm also joined by another community manager, Mr. Bruce Garrido. How are you today, Bruce?
Hi, Zach. I'm doing really well. I've just been playing around with my microphone, so let me know if the sound is all right. But
Sounds
yeah,
okay to me.
I'm doing very well. Hello, commanders. Hope you are all doing well. Also, lots of 07s in the chat. Good to see you all.
Who have we got in today? We've got Orange Phoenix 07, Osric 07, Zeref. Who else have we
We
got?
got the Tater Tot.
Of course.
We got Chris Van Halen. Doku Noken. Hello.
Nice.
Hello. Zulu Romeo. Lots of the regulars, but everyone who's new as well, also equally welcome.
Comments on the violent blur behind Bruce. I don't know if you've been here before, but that is Bruce's standard blur look.
I mean, I can unblur. The thing is, every time I do, people look at my whiteboard and go,
What secrets is Bruce
yeah.
hiding? Just his shopping list, chat. It's nothing there.
It's well, I was about to say it's never anything interesting except for that one time we did use it for something interesting. So I did kind of bring it on upon myself. Torchy says hello from Huddersfield. Hello. Is it as sweltering hot in Huddersfield as it is in Cambridge right now? Because if it is, I feel bad for you guys. Yeah, it's really I'm sweating incredibly.
It's really bad.
Incredibly right
it's
now.
becoming a bit of a recurrence on Supercruise News at the start for us to ask, where are you from? And what's the temperature today? Because here it's like 24, I believe, where I am.
Shocking.
It's very warm. It's very warm. When people say like 105, I don't understand what that means because I can't translate Fahrenheit. So 105 means nothing to me. 102 means nothing to me. I just assume that that's warm because it's that really high number.
Good Doc 60 says it's even hot in Chorley. I mean, I would be shocked if I knew where that was and it was shocking news, but
right up north in the northwest.
Is it?
I've lived in Chorley for a little bit, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely place. Anyway.
Shout out to Chorley.
Anyway, we're here to discuss Elite Dangerous. So, if you don't know what Supercruise News is, basically it's our weekly news show where we discuss things that are happening in-game, things that we're working on, things that the community have been up to, and then we tend to, if we've got time, we tend to jump into the game and have a bit of a play about, and inevitably things go wrong, but that's the fun of it, really, right? So, yeah, I mean, we've got quite a lot of things to actually talk about today, so hopefully we'll have time to play some of the game, but you never know these days. But yeah, before we get started, Bruce, have you got any opening statements, or you ready and raring to go?
Opening statements. I don't know. Buckle up, kids. We're going for a ride. I don't know. Yeah, we've got some bits to share. We're going to be talking about the upcoming update, the one coming after it, a tiny bit. And yeah, just answering your questions. Feel free, as always, chat to just let us know what you think and what you would like us to answer. We'll try and pick out your comments as we go.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we are seeing you on Twitch and YouTube. There are no Twitch drops on today's stream. We'll let you know, as always, when Twitch drops are back on. But yeah, let's get into it. So, Bruce, the first thing that we are going to talk about is VR. So, can you give us a quick update on the current status of VR and what the sort of dev process is with that?
Yeah, of course I can. So obviously it goes without saying that VR is near and dear to the community's heart. We've had a lot of questions and talk around VR recently. Obviously it was introduced in Odyssey, sort of in a well, in the on-foot state. Obviously you get the virtual screen up, and so you can sort of continue your experience in VR on foot, but maybe not in the fully sort of you're running around with a headset on state that maybe some people would really like. So yeah, we've been reading your discussions closely, listening to your suggestions and noting them all down. And we do intend to make a bunch of changes based on various bugs and fixes that have come up. But that is as far as it's going to go for the time being. So sorry to be the bearer of this news to those who'll be disappointed by it, but there are no plans to develop the VR for Odyssey any further than its current state. However, we will be making some fixes and changes. I think we've got the DSS improvement that's going in. Zach's going to tell us a little bit about that in a moment. But that is the state of VR for Odyssey.
Yep. And obviously these things may change in the future, they may not. But like as Bruce said, that is the current situation. But that doesn't mean we aren't going to fix the problems that are currently in VR. So one of them we do know about is the DSS. Currently, the aiming interface for that is not working properly. We do know why that is, and we do actually have an update coming for that in update 5. So thank you for everybody who submitted reports for that. We do know obviously of other VR problems that we do also know about, and we will obviously be working on those both in the next couple of updates and then obviously post update 5 too. Okay, so in talking of updates, Bruce, should we give a bit of information about update 4?
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of stuff going in, so we can't cover every single change, but we can give you some insights.
Right. So I'm gonna try and what I'll do is I'll tee you up because we have a big list here, chat. Right? We have a big list, and we're not gonna go through everything like Bruce said, but I can tee you up. I can tee Bruce up with some bits. So let's start with some map changes, okay?
Sure.
So with map changes, we've got quite a lot going in, specifically in update 4, actually. In terms of bookmarks, Bruce, I'll get this out of the way before we go through this list. We know that people are asking for more bookmarks, and that's something that we are actually talking about internally. That's not going to be coming in update 4, but we do actually have some changes for bookmarks. Bruce, do you want to give a quick rundown?
Yeah, sure thing. So a lot of these changes going in came from the discussions we had with you guys on the forum. So we opened a suggestions thread for UI twice. Actually, the first round concerned the Galaxy and System map. And then the second was for outfitting, which we're going to talk a little bit, tiny bit about later. But yeah, for update 4, it's map stuff. Starting with bookmarks, I've listed a few things here. It's worth saying before we go into any of these changes that this is just a peek at some of them. There's a whole lot more going into this, including fixes plus other just actual improvements and changes to the existing UI. But here are some of the highlights. So bookmarked objects will, when you select them, that button is actually going to change from add to bookmarks to remove bookmark, which means that for the location you've got selected, you're no longer going to have to like head out of there to somewhere else to debookmark it or rebookmark it. It will just be the same button. Click to bookmark, click to unbookmark. So that's going to be a lot faster. Renaming bookmarks in bookmark management will have the edit field actually contain the name of the bookmark. Bookmark notifications will show a bookmark specific icon and include the name of the bookmark. Take a shot every time I say bookmark. There's a new favorites tab being added. And also the hold to plot route tooltip for bookmarks /mission/ships will now appear when the button is focused instead of when being selected. So you'll notice, and this is going to be consistent throughout a lot of the UI changes, it's just about making it feel slicker and faster and a lot more convenient in various places, whilst being as, or possibly even more intuitive than it was previously.
Yep, I think the favorite of mine there is no, I didn't even mean to do that. Is the favorites tab, because obviously a lot of people do have quite a lot of bookmarks, and to be able to have a little favorite section where you can have the really true to your dear to your heart bookmarks in that little section will go a long way. So I'm looking forward to that change specifically. But yeah, as Bruce said, that's a sort of skim off the top of some of the map changes. We do actually have some more actually. So in terms of points of interest, the POI buttons in the system map will now have the hold to plot route mechanics, or the same way that pretty much the rest of the map works. You'll also be able to do that with the POI buttons now. When using the quick route to a location in the system you're currently in, the location will be targeted, so another quick slip change. We'll also add a notification for when a plot is routed and when a plot is cancelled. Points of interest will be sorted alphabetically, which is a nice one for me. I like that sort of stuff. And the Odyssey POI buttons are now HUD blue. So some more changes to POI, and again, this isn't the end of the Galaxy map changes, but it's just a bit of an insight into what's coming, Bruce. And there's way more as well, right?
Yeah, just a sneak peek. The actual list is way too long for us to rattle off here, so we thought we'd let you know some of them. But yeah, keep an eye out. On Thursday, we'll launch the update alongside a actual full change list.
Yeah. And one of the other things that we do actually want to mention that is coming in that change is the fact that nebulae
Nebulae, I
Nebulae.
think.
Chat can let us know. Nebulae will be searchable again within the galaxy map, so that's a nice little re-addition, I guess we can say.
Yeah, definitely. There are a whole bunch of things which are just fixes going in, but we thought that one in particular we'd pick out because we know it's important to you guys. But yeah, like I say, lots of stuff is also going to go in addition to that list.
Yep. So that's what we've got for you on the sort of map UI changes that are coming in update 4. But we also have some lighting fixes. So obviously we know that lighting is a point of contention within the community with Odyssey. We are working on it. We understand where you're coming from. We have been making some changes behind the scenes. So some of this stuff is most of the time confirmed for update 4. Bruce has gone away.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disappear. I'm actually playing with the idea of de-blurring my background.
Oh, okay. Well, chat, you can just enjoy Bruce's icon for a minute while
everyone.
I go through the lighting fixes. Oh, there you go. He's back.
It's just a nice icon. But yeah, there we go.
As you can see, there's nothing actually on that. Before you start zooming in on Bruce's desert species, whatever that is, what is that? Like a canvas?
Yeah, it's like it's more of like a sheet that we just sort of put up with various desert life on it.
Yeah. You can see actually a warthog.
I remember around the time Odyssey launched, people were very they were inspecting it and going, these are the alien life forms that we're going to find in Odyssey. And it's like, you guys, guys, come on.
The warthog, very alien species, making its way into Odyssey.
Hey, there could be pig-shaped aliens.
True, very true. You might see me messing about with my face a lot, chat. It's because I'm suffering from massive hay fever today. And I have to have the window open because, as we said earlier, it's 1 billion degrees. So I have chosen hay fever as my cause of death. But let's go on. Let's talk about lighting fixes. So there are some lighting fixes coming in update 4. One of those is we hope is the fact that cockpits are currently too dark. We found the issue for that. Hopefully we'll have the work completed for that by update 4. But if not, it will be coming. It will be coming soon. We've seen that you've said that the star field is too dim, like the stars in the background compared to Horizons. That's now fixed, and that should be in update 4. Neutron Stars. So we've seen, you haven't been too happy with the look of Neutron Stars in Odyssey. They've been a bit too bright, and they've had a lot of shape. This is actually a problem with lens flare. This is something that will hopefully be resolved for update 4, but we do know the problem, and it'll be fixed soon, either way. FSS visual issues and glowing planets when viewed in VR. That's going to be fixed in update 4. So I think if I remember correctly, that's sort of like flickering FSS stuff, and it was particularly affecting VR. So that will be fixed in update 4. And base settlement, so Horizon bases, the lighting in general has been sort of improved for update 4, and also landing pad lighting is going to be improved in update 4. So that's another big tweak. Yeah. Lots of lighting fixes, and again, that's not the end of the lighting changes. It's merely the beginning, as some might say. But yeah, hopefully this will go, a little bit of the way to improving the lighting in Odyssey and getting it to where we all want it to be. But yeah, hopefully you look forward to those. Okay, Bruce. You said you have a little bit to say about outfitting.
Yes, well, like I say, it's a very tiny note, honestly. So outfitting is going to come in update 5, so obviously not this week. But it's also worth noting that update 5 itself contains a lot of fixes similar to this one. You'll see the huge list for yourselves. I know you guys really enjoyed update 3 just because of all this, not just the sheer quantity of the stuff in there, but that was a large part of it. You can see the sweeping improvements that are coming. That's not going to slow down with update 4 or 5. But as a result, update 5 has actually been pushed by 1 week. So rather than being next Thursday, it'll be the one after, just to give us a little bit of extra room to get all that stuff in. But yeah, that's when you're going to see a lot of the outfitting changes coming in. Hopefully you guys will enjoy them because frankly, a lot of it is based on the feedback that you guys gave in that second thread for UI that we put up. So yeah, fingers crossed you like it. The UI guys have really put their heads together and worked hard on improving that UI.
So Fatbeard Forever says, is it possible that you're telling us about all these things without plans because you're hitting the end of your roadmap and it's a question of do we keep adding things in this game or are we going to end of life it? So I can tell you right now that we are 100% going to be adding things to the game. Don't worry about that. There's lots of things still to come. Well, I'm not going to go into too many details because Arthur is actually watching the stream. But trust me, there are a lot of things to come. Don't worry about that. Performance improvements. Sorry, Bruce.
As you can say, Mo Kirin says, just have an update 6 and break the sprint into 2. Thanks for the the project management advice. If there is an opening, we'll let you know. But in the meantime, yeah, just update 5.
Yeah.
We'll crack on with that plan.
People are asking me what sort of changes. I'm not going to tell you any of them. We will tell you, when the time is right. But as of right now, this is not the stream for that. But I guess saying that, we are still working on those streams where we will have, a monthly stream with members of the development team where we will be updating you on progress that we're making behind the scenes and what we're working on. So yeah, that is it's moving, Bruce. Right? We're making some nice. I can't wait. I really can't wait to get it going and start sharing stuff with you about everything that's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Couple of other bits. So I know, and you probably may have seen us dotted about on the forums over the past week or so. As we said, we are, we're actually going to improve our, what's the word? Not appearance, but like we're going to be on the forums more, basically, is what I'm trying to say in a smart way. And you might have seen that, especially Sally was all over the forums last week. So big shout out to Sally. But in terms of that, I did see a lot of people saying that things like materials like smear campaigns are very difficult to find in the minute. So we have passed that back to dev, and they are having discussions on how they can make it easier to find presents. Yes, presents is the right word. So yeah, we're aware at the minute that they're very hard to find, but I promise you they are in the game. They're just really, really hard to find. So we will tweak that. The dev are just having those discussions right now. As soon as we know anything about that, we shall let you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We know you guys appreciate it when we have open discussions with you on the forum. So we're gonna, obviously it's been a bit of a busy time for us this past month or so. Well, arguably longer than that. But no, it does always. We like to uphold our end of the conversation on the forums, and yeah, we're going to go back to trying to be a bit more active there.
Yep. People are happy with your Bruce, your less blur update, Bruce. So maybe it's maybe it can stay.
All right, maybe it can stay. Just don't start getting ideas, and I can feel the tinfoil creeping in. Like with anything, I've got to sort of be careful with my living room decoration now.
Talking of tinfoil, actually, Bruce, do you want to give a bit of a let's just say Azimuth Act 2 kicked off, right? So
it did.
I guess, have you got anything to say on that matter? I know I have a little bit of info, but anything that you want to say?
Sure. So the second act of the Azimuth saga kicked off, quite rightly, as you said, Zach. And plenty of you have already sort of, quote unquote, completed this bit. It's not all of Act 2, by the way. But if you haven't already, I would encourage you to check out Galnet and sort of get involved, go down the trail, see what you think. But yeah, in terms of sort of news about that, it's not the end. There's more stuff going in next Thursday, I think. Sort of the second part of Act 2. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you haven't sort of been involved at all yet, I recommend you sort of go back through the archives and see what's happened so far, and consider getting involved, because there's this sort of long-spanning sort of parallel narrative that it has, which basically started all the way back in as far as October last year with the Adamastor. It sort of sparked this whole branch of narrative by itself, this whole plot. And yeah, it's really, really exciting stuff. 6 acts in total to be rolled out. So it's definitely still early if you want to get involved.
Yeah, Fishbone says they got that done quick. Next time, put in 1,000 beacons. So, on one hand, I understand that sort of statement, but on the other hand, we're not trying to with this particularly. We're not expecting people to take a long, long time to find these beacons, right, Bruce? It's kind of, we actually planned for people to find these, fairly quickly, and then we can move on to the next part of Act 2. So it's all under control, chat. Please don't worry. Please don't worry about that. Yeah, more to come very soon on the Azimuth saga, which very exciting stuff.
Absolutely.
Not missed Stella screenshots. No, you have not yet missed Stella screenshots. any answer to last week's inquiry about Rackham's Peak fleet carrier restrictions? So, as far as I remember, Rackham's Peak, and I'll have to clarify this, Rackham's Peak is very far away. Like it's hard to get into Rackham's Peak without a fleet carrier, right? Which is why I think it was causing the issue, because there were so many people in there. And obviously they have limits, right? The systems have limits to how many fleet carriers can go in. So I think, yeah, we'll have to try and clarify. I don't know if you've got any more info, Bruce, but
No, I mean that's definitely a part of the issue. So my understanding is that Rackham's Peak is basically so isolated, so far out, that basically you need almost need a fleet carrier to get there. But that means sort of the surrounding spots. Am I right in saying there's only one system from which you can jump to Rackham's Peak?
I believe so.
Because it's that remote, which means if that's full up with fleet carriers at the time that you're trying to go there, you won't be able to get in. But equally, if you've got a fleet carrier in Rackham's Peak, and that sort of, it's like the exit has sort of been blocked up, you're gonna have to wait a little bit before you can sort of reverse out. Someone's basically parked in behind you, and you have to wait for the traffic warden to slap a ticket on their windscreen, for them to come back. So yeah, pretty much a traffic jam situation as far as I can tell. But if there's any more news for us to share on fleet carriers and the general situation, we'll let you know.
Yeah. Somebody said, is the Azimuth stuff starting this Thursday or next? It's not starting this Thursday. It will probably be next Thursday. I asked Zac about why the latest mystery logs of Hespera's crew are not being saved into the Commander Codex archives. I'm not ignoring that question. I did pass that back to Dev, so they will be trying to add that to the Codex. Anything else? Lots of interesting questions. Raxler has to be in the Polaris system, which is locked. No comment. We are going to be much more open with you, chat, but there's some things like Raxler that we will not be talking about.
Yes, indeed. That's redacted information. Sorry.
Shared missions. I believe that is coming in update 5, if I'm correct. It's on the roadmap post. If you want to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's update 5.
Yeah, pretty sure. I think this came up today actually while we were discussing various changes.
Any luck asking the devs with power play? So we have been talking about this, but what we want to do is actually sit down and have a proper discussion and actually give you a lot of clarity in our answer to do with power play. So trust me, we haven't forgotten about that, but it's something that we as a team and the devs really want to almost, I guess, what's the way to say it, Bruce? Like, get all the answers out in one and sort of clear the air almost on the power play situation. So yeah, we are working on that. We haven't forgotten, I promise. It's something that we're looking at every day. But yeah, power play, we will get something out to you very soon on the. And I know I keep saying very soon, and it's like a cliche, right? But I promise you, we are doing these things. It's hard to give an actual time, but I promise we are working on them.
I mean, I think what we should push for, Zac, and I'm going to maybe get in trouble for committing this. I'm not committing, but I'll say we'll aim for it. We've talked to you guys before already about our plans to sort of be more open in our communication and get sort of the answers that you need a bit more readily. Starting at the end of this month, there's a bunch of stuff we plan to answer in a special stream with the devs, which we'd like to then recur every month thereafter. We'll make a point of asking some difficult power play questions, which won't make us very popular with them, but try and get you the answers we need in time for that.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully you'll hear something before then. But as Bruce said, if you haven't heard anything by the end of the month when we have that stream, you will hear stuff there. So yeah, please wait for that. Anything else in the chat, Bruce? Align 1 CM to each PP faction and have them campaign for faction direction. Kind of like that idea.
That's pretty cool.
Anything else? Faction specific shoulder decals. Is that where they're sort of floating off the shoulder? I have seen that. I don't know. I don't actually have information on whether it's been fixed or not right now, but I do know it's within that Dev are aware of it. If that is what you mean. What was mentioned about the DSS? So if you are a VR user, At the minute, I believe it affects every VR user, but I might be wrong. When you're in the DSS, the sort of aiming reticle doesn't move properly with your whatever your movement technique is in VR. That will be fixed likely by update 5. I'll just echo what Arf says. We're looking at the ranking issue. For those that are asking, we'll push for an answer from Dev. That's from Alpha.
Baxter asks what our plans are for allowing commanders in the black to get Odyssey equipment. So this is a discussion that we've had internally for quite a while now, because obviously when the update hit and the various suits were introduced, there are quite a few people like I don't know, Commander Picard is a really good example of this. Someone who's been on a very long journey and is quite a way away from the bubble. Obviously, he's missing out on the ability to use things like the Artemis suit while he's out there. But I think ultimately what we decided was, while we might be able to make sure that suits are readily available at all of the populated stations, so whichever one is nearest, at least there's a guarantee that if he happens to go there, he'll be able to pick a suit up. We're not going to sort of break the law such that, you know, a suit just appears in his ship or materializes out of nowhere, for example, or you know, it just gets sort of FedExed there. That's just not going to be a thing. It's not that, you know, planet side on foot gameplay is unavailable. It's just, you know, obviously it's a bit tougher in a flight suit, but that's it's all still doable.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it, by the way, taking some really nice pictures and updating his various logs.
It's very nice. We'll move on soon. I just want to see if there's anything else that comes up. So it's okay for Supercruise Assist and FSS can break the fourth wall, but a suit can't. How does Supercruise Assist break the fourth wall? It's just a computer device, right? Built into the ship.
Yeah, it's just a computer. So I mean, if the player wants to explain. Vista Genomics for fleet carriers, yeah, this is something that we would like to add in. We actually discussed a bunch of features that we would like, and well, that you guys would like mostly,
Yeah, mostly.
actually. So yeah, there's definitely stuff like that we want to put in. We'll update you as soon as we can and have a clear idea of what's going in when.
I just saw something about any new content planned. Yes, there is lots of new content planned. Don't worry about that. Can you pass on the idea of adding an in-game browser to the ship panels? You mean like a sort of like having like Chrome in your in-game browser in your ship? I'm not sure that would fit in with the lore of Elite. That's fourth wall breaking. I'm not sure that'll pass the devs. Okay, should we move on, Bruce? Or are you seeing anything else in there? I mean, obviously we can keep answering questions as they come through.
Happy to continue taking questions. Yeah, like I say, as they roll in. But no, let's crack on with the next part of the stream, I suppose.
Okay, so this is the part where we turn into a community stream, really, where we show off the sort of things that you've been doing. And we'll be starting actually with let's flick over to the content holder. We're starting actually this time with something I saw on Reddit today. This is from Commander Sauron BG. They took this photo in Odyssey. Let me show it. And they suggested that this would make a great book cover, which I do agree with actually. It's a pretty nice shot. And X Query in the comments obliged with a very 80s style book cover. I will say, but either way, it's a pretty. You can sort of imagine that, like I guess 40 years ago, the 80s. You could imagine this on a sort of bookstore, in like a bookstore, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
Definitely. I like the. I'm a big fan of the sort of, I don't know, would you call that a vaporwave style? It's the kind of image you see on all of the vaporwave albums and stuff. But yeah, no, that looks great.
Baptiste Laurie says, "Are you guys really going to ignore everyone about performance issues?" No, performance. We are aware that obviously Odyssey needs some performance boosts. They'll be going in every update incrementally, and then obviously post update 5, we will also be working on performance. Okay, next up. Oh yeah, so next up, I just want to talk quickly about Commander Super Chicken. They'll be doing a 24-hour charity stream for Starlight Children's Foundation on the 18th, and that's starting at 9 UTC. They'll be raising money to help very ill children find normalization whilst in hospital with things like games rooms, toys, as well as the use of VR and other gaming platforms. He is looking to raise $5,000 for the charity, and we'll be holding HCS voice pack giveaways. So if you are looking to get yourself one of those, you might want to tune in. If you want to go to his Twitch channel and drop a follow, that's !! Super Chicken in the chat. Just the way you would spell super and chicken, all one word, ! Super Chicken. So yeah, good luck to them. It's always nice to see some of the elite creators doing amazing things for charity. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to that.
Interesting question from Novo Mundus. They asked if we have plans to sort of meld the on-foot and ship gameplay through the missions.
Yes.
So this is the idea of having like a mission which would have a ship part to it. So I don't know, you chase someone down in their ship, or you blow up an X number of ships or whatever. You do some ship stuff. And then the second half would be on foot or vice versa. And this would sort of make, the idea behind this would be to make Odyssey and Horizons content feel a bit more melded together.
Yeah.
Again, this is one of the things we discussed today when we were going through various features that might be added to the roadmap. And we're really keen on this.
Yep.
I think you brought that one up, actually, Zach.
I did. I brought it up on behalf of the community. I'm not going to take any credit on behalf of other people I've seen ask about that. Yeah. So don't worry. We are aware that is something the community want. So we are going to ask for it. Okay, what have I got next? Oh yeah, so next up we have a nice video. This one is, I believe, Bruce, a flyby attempt by somebody in a cutter. So let's see. Yeah, it's playing. Let me know, chat, about the audio. So you can see the cutter coming in now for the nice flyby, and unfortunately, when you fly a cutter very close to the ground, Bruce, unfortunately, sometimes like that, this can tend to happen.
Boing.
Unfortunately, that was from Danny Mancheno on YouTube. They tried to fly the cutter close to the ground, but yeah, F in the chat. Nice rebuy there and that's not a cheap rebuy for a cutter. I can tell you that. That looked expensive. It did. It really did.
It did, for sure.
Next up, we've got this, Bruce. Hang on. Here it is. This one. It's an egg.
An egg, you say?
Yeah, I'm assuming you're on a delay.
Yeah, I'm a few seconds behind you.
Right.
But I see it now. Oh, yes, very good. It's definitely egg-like. I mean, it's not like any egg I've ever seen. They're never that perfect. But
that's true, actually.
If you ever had a fully sort of perfected, like a mathematically just brilliant egg,
yeah,
it would look something like that. Delicious,
says Sumarai8. What's your choice of egg, Bruce? If you had to pick a type of egg, what are you going for?
Type?
Like boiled, scrambled.
Oh right, okay.
Sorry, not like organic or large or
kangaroo eggs. They don't lay eggs, do they? I'm stupid. Whatever. Yeah, in terms of like egg method, cookie method. I used to be a scrambled egg guy. Yeah. And I do make a mean scrambled egg, but I've recently actually started doing them over easy, and
what does that mean? Over easy.
Yeah, so that's when you fry an egg, but rather than having it just sort of fried from the bottom,
yeah,
so halfway through the frying process, you flip it so that it gets fried on the top as well.
I see.
It's just a vast improvement, frankly.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm a scrambled egg guy, but
it means you never sort of have that like situation where it's still a bit undercooked or runny on top and fried underneath. It just means you get it properly done all the way through, and
does it save the yolk quality, or does it?
You gotta be careful because you're more likely to break the yolk
when
doing it this way. But if you pull it off, then you can still get the yolk nice and runny, or however you like it, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Commander Shorty says poached is best. Yeah, I'm really partial to a poached egg as well, but infinitely harder. I think it's like the hardest difficulty egg for sure.
Yeah, it is 100%.
I can't really get it right. So
100%. Okay. So this system, if you do actually want to check it out, this is from Doomster EU, I'm guessing, on Reddit. I'm going to paste in the chat right now the name of this system because I can't pronounce it. So get ready. I'll post it maybe 2 or 3 times. It's Eok Prue REQ E5-3531. So yeah, enjoy. If you want to go and check out the egg system, that's where it is.
I think you nailed the pronunciation, to be fair.
Maybe. I'm sure someone in the chat will disagree, but hey. Okay. Next up, we've actually got, I think I kind of showed it earlier by accident. This is from Dr. Chives. He's got a nice little exploration decal on his bike. Because he likes to go out exploring on his bike, and he got a nice little decal. So I just wanted to quickly, Sally actually put this together, so shout out to Sally. Sally wanted to give a show off of this nice little decal. I like it.
Nice. They've got the olive green paint job on there and the elite decal.
Wonder if they got any engineered modules on that. I guess, what would you engineer on a bike though? The chain?
You'd want lightweight frame.
True.
Dirty drive tuning on the, I don't know, gear wheel or something. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I can't remember the I don't know, optimized thrusters for the pedals, something like that.
Chow no.
Okay.
Either way, well done.
Padded saddle. Yeah, absolutely zippy. Grade 5 soft cushioned saddle.
Very nice. Okay, next up is a plane going over our helicopter. So sorry if you can hear that, chat. One sec. Next up, this is from Boss Lady B, and she actually put this up on Twitter. This is a very successful attempt, actually. A nice rainbow display, I guess, in celebration of Pride Month. I've seen a few like these before, I think, but never usually with like the entire sort of rainbow of colours.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
But do you know that meme where there's a group of maybe 5 people or so, and they're all like working together to cut a cake, and they're all sort of holding the knife, except there's one guy who's like pretend like he's got his arm out, but he's not actually holding a knife, or he's not even like actually contributing, is what I'm saying.
There's 2 of them there.
Now we've got a couple of those guys in this photo, but still a remarkable effort, really nicely coordinated. So
it is. And obviously
like
they wanted to get in on the act, get in the picture. I understand. I probably would have done the same.
A similar meme with like, you know, various people trying to push a car together, and one of them is just holding the wing mirror as if that's see, that's these. I see you guys. I see you.
I don't think you could sneak past Bruce. Bruce will call you out. Well done, everybody. Sorry for Bruce's calling out, but you know what? Sometimes it has to be done.
No freeloaders.
The lack of limpets upsets me, says Katiana. Well, true. Maybe that could be the next set. The next time we take this picture, add limpets. Okay, is that everything? I believe that is, Bruce. So we are actually going to move on to Stella screenshots.
Sweet, let's do it.
So, Bruce, before we do, can you give us a quick rundown of what Stella screenshots is?
Yeah, absolutely. So Stella Screenshots is our weekly competition where you guys send in screenshots and we go, wow, hey, nice job with those. And
how do you enter, Bruce?
What, sorry?
How do you enter Stella Screenshots?
How do you enter? Yeah, so every week we post threads on Twitter and Facebook where we show off our favorite entries from the previous week. And those are the quote unquote Stella Screenshots. Everyone who gets featured wins a exclusive paint job that you won't get anywhere else. So yeah, you can submit to those threads, or you can submit your screenshots to the forum thread as well that we also have. Mm-hmm. The whole list also gets published on Instagram as well, so go check out the Instagram page. I think that just about covers it. Try and keep the images at least in sort of 1080p if you can, and 16:9 ratio ideally. Just makes our job easy for presenting them.
Yeah. Madseek says, "Is that going to cheat again?" I've never cheated in Stella screenshots. I simply added my image at the end because Paul will never pick it. It's not cheating. Just
That
adding
sounds a
it
little
in.
bit like cheating, to be fair.
I didn't get the skin. I didn't reward myself the skin, so technically I haven't really won. I just
All
thought
right.
it's a great screenshot and the community needs to see it, so it's in
All
Stella
right. Fair
screenshots.
enough. Fair.
Orange Phoenix says my fave bit. It's funny you say that actually, Orange Phoenix, because we if you saw the schedule, we do actually have SPVFA. Is it S? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? SPVFA. Stellar Photography.
SPVFA, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So they're going to be on the stream on Thursday. They're going to be helping us learn how to take some. I would like to think I'm already pretty special when it comes to taking photography in Elite Dangerous, but they are going to be teaching us some extra special hints. So if you do want to improve your game, your photography game in Elite Dangerous, then make sure to tune in on Thursday evening for that. That's going to be a fun stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be learning about the rule of thirds and perspective and colors and all that jazz to really up your Stellar screenshot game.
Okay, Akron Forever says, can you share more details on the content development? We will actually be doing that. So when we have the dev streams, which are going to be starting, I would say, probably the end of this month, right, Bruce? They will very much be, for the most part, content focused and talking about, features that are being worked on and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
For sure.
Let's switch back to content holder. Okay, first one. This is from Commander Baxter. You almost wouldn't be wrong in saying that this looks like it could have been taken on Earth.
Definitely.
It's the nice blue sky, the sun setting over the mountains. Very nice image.
Yeah, really good.
Well done to Commander Baxter for that one. Next up, we've got this one from Commander. Great name, Bo Love Petunias. Interesting shot. I always like these ones where the sort of moon is really close to the planet. It's like bizarrely close in terms of obviously what we know. But
you like big moons.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of big moons. But yeah, great shot from Bowl of Petunias. Nice scale, right, Bruce? That's a nice buzzword we like to say.
Yes, excellent use of scale. I also like the use of color, interestingly. So the whole image is monochromatic, except for the little cyan glow up there at the top of the pillar there. So yeah, nice and moody, actually.
Well done. Next one. This is from Commander Cosmic Spacehead. A nice little frosty landscape, as Sally put in the notes. Frosty landscape, beautifully cool horizon line, and view of the nearby star. Yeah, I guess technically it's nearby, right? Relatively. Probably quite far away, realistically.
But well, it's not that far if you're in a crate, I suppose.
True. Very true. But yeah, nice shot. Nice planet. Nice planet, whichever this one is.
Good job.
Okay, next one. This is from Commander Custodes. We've actually not seen one of these for a while, actually, which is like sort of close up on the cockpit. They've got a nice bit of looks like probably mining going on, and that's a very, very interesting like ring scenario we've got going on in the background there.
Yeah, so the brightness of the red body in the center of the middle set of rings makes me think is that a star in there?
It looks like, or it's a star, or it's like a gas giant, right? Maybe, but it's more likely a star.
And it's got its own set of rings with actually quite a large gap around it, but then this colossal set of larger rings. That's outstanding.
I'd like to know what that is, to be honest. Commander Custodes, if you are watching, please let me know on Twitter or wherever where this is, if you remember. I'd like to know.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Really nice find.
Lots of people saying it looks like a vinyl LP. It really does. Especially with the sort of gap in the sort of gap between the two rings. It really does look like a vinyl. I like it. Well done to Commander Custodes. Next one. I saw this one actually last week. This is from Commander Povulonkin. This is really cleverly done. It looks like they're shooting the pistol and the sort of ring is sort of boosting out of the gun.
That's brilliant.
Great shot.
Very clever. Very clever.
Very well done. And again, nice framing of the shot. But yeah, brilliant. I think this actually could be my favourite one of the week, to be honest. Next up, this one is from Commander Heather G. Very nice shot, actually. Again, framing, very important. You've got the Cobra in the sort of foreground, and then it looks like an Earth-like, but I don't think it's Earth in the background. I might be wrong because I can never tell. But either way, great shot, nice lighting, nice shadow on the Earth-like there.
You telling me you can't recognize our home, Zach?
Look, there's a lot of water there. That could be any of many oceans.
Yeah, I suppose.
But do you think that's Earth then, Bruce?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Right, Heather might be in the chat. She's in the chat actually. Heather, was that Earth? You can actually let us know.
Someone says they can see Spain. From what angle? Because I'm actually struggling with the land masses as well. As in, which way up is it?
It is Earth, says Heather.
In any case.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's Spain on the top right. Some people know the geography, you know. That's impressive, to be fair, because I just see...
Yeah, I'm impressed with that as well.
I just see an Earth-like, but I guess Earth is an Earth-like, as I've said before on the stream.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Arf says it's 100% Earth. Look, it's easy to say it's 100% Earth once Heather has already said confirmed. It's much harder beforehand. Spain and the UK are on the top.
Okay. Well, that's a good spot.
Yeah. Either way. Great shot either way. Well done. Next up, this one is from probably my favourite named commander in Elite Dangerous, Obi-Wan Shinobi. Sally noted this one down as perfect. The brown dwarves really are looking super fancy these days, is what she said. I would agree with her. And again, Bruce, some nice lighting, some nice shadows going on with this one.
Yeah, this is starting to become its own sort of popular genre of Stella screenshot with sort of the atmospheric, like moody looking out towards the horizon with a silhouetted sort of perspective going on. Really nice.
Yeah. Next one. This is from Commander Siren. This one is actually one that I saw because they were featured in Elite Club, which you should check out. Elite Club, #ED Elite Club. If you did make Elite recently and you want to show off, you can do. If you use #ED Elite Club, and we may well feature you actually tomorrow on socials. But this one was there. This is a nice shot, and I like the sort of ship kit on this ASP.
Yeah, definitely got the whole Raider theme going on. It really increases the temperature of the image. Obviously, you've got the star in the background. It's just I'm getting hot looking at this.
Let's get it off screen. Well done, Command Siren, but it is making me feel quite warm.
It's called Tarmac as well.
Yeah. This next one is from Commander the Real Flame. Very, very ominous settlement, this one, right? It looks again, it looks like the sort of thing you'd expect in a sort of horror film, even a horror game, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely. Sort of the raised weapon looking down the sight, sort of at the end of a hallway. Yeah, nice. The sort of dark, closed hallway space always makes me think of Alien, of course.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, nice and dramatic.
Mockerin agrees. Aliens. Okay, and last but not least, we've got one from Valorin. Pretty much looks like they're sort of looking to the stars, figuring out where's next. I like it. Good framing as always.
Nice.
Sally wanted to point out that there is a cute little ringed planet at the far back, which you can actually see.
Ah, so there is.
Very nice spot. But yeah, well done. And I believe, Bruce, I don't know if you may have already mentioned this, but the winners of Stella Screenshots get an exclusive paint job, right? That's
right. So they get an exclusive paint job. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
One's called Ice, I believe, right?
Yes. So you guys might be familiar with a paint job called Shatter, where it sort of looks like the ship is shattered, right? It's got this sort of dark part missing from it, almost like cracked glass. Well, in these paint jobs, that part is actually filled in with the color. So it's almost like a reverse shatter. That's not what they're called, but whatever.
Yeah.
And there's 3 different types. You've got an ice, acid, and lava.
That sounds familiar.
And yeah, they're really good looking paint jobs.
Very nice. So yeah, congratulations to everybody that was entered. Faramir says, too bad my screenshots didn't make it into this week. Look, we have, as Paul will probably tell you, we have so many screenshots coming in. It doesn't mean that your screenshot, wasn't great. I'm sure Paul looked at it and, struggled. He really does struggle to make these 10. In fact, he probably asks us a lot of the time, what out of these, I can only select these. What can get in? So yeah, please do try again. You can, I believe, submit the same image twice, but if you want to, make Paul's life a bit nicer, maybe submit some new stuff. Keep it fresh for Paul as he's looking through. Yeah, don't give up. Please keep trying. Okay, so that wraps up Stella screenshots, Bruce. I'd see the time. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, so normally we shoot for an hour, but also recently on Supercruise News, I know it was a couple of weeks ago when we basically filled the whole time with news and we didn't actually end up playing, or maybe we did. Whatever.
We did a little
Basically,
bit.
what I'm trying to say is I'm up for a mission.
Okay.
If you're up for a mission.
Well, yeah, I had a little thing planned. Let's see if it actually works. Because usually when we do these things, one of us ends up dying for some strange reason. Someone will die. It just tends to be the case on these streams. But let's switch over to the game. Right. So I am in. Oh, you're already here. That's nice. Let's team up. If I can.
Right. Yeah. Hello, accredited.
Hello.
Accredited astronaut.
Turn some noise back on. Okay, so we're actually going to head to a planet. I believe we're in the Aeonum system, and this planet I believe is Aeonum A2b. We've got a couple of missions there. One of them is just a fetch mission, which we'll head to straight away.
Sure. Do you have a spare seat on your ship?
I believe I do. Yeah.
All right.
I did send you an invite. I don't know if you've got it.
It may have expired. Oh no,
Okay.
I've got it. Cool.
Nice. Yeah, I do have a. I think I'm in a Python. Let's find out.
Piglet wants to know if either of us are using a controller for on-foot stuff. I'm using a controller for on-foot stuff.
I'm not. I'm on mouse and keyboard. So this planet that we're heading to is interesting in the fact that it has a settlement in there that is actually named after Mr. Bruce Garrido, which is actually where we should be going first if all goes to plan.
Oh, we are going there, are we? Okay,
believe so,
that's
yeah.
nice.
Just a fetch quest. It's just a fetch quest, right? But there is an assassination mission also on that planet somewhere else. But I just thought it'd be nice, we've got a little bit of time. Maybe we have a casual stroll over to the Garrido settlement.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, hopefully we can tick off both missions in one go.
Potentially, yeah. That would be nice. Are you on? Are you on board? Yeah, you are.
I am aboard. Aye, Captain. The Pythons are very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got a cozy cockpit sort of setup. Like we're right side by side. It's not like the Type 9 or something like that, where the captain sort of sits at the top and the two sort of lowly crew members are at the
relegated.
Bottom. Yeah. This ship has the co-pilot as an equal.
Right, so let's head to where we need to go. It's Garrido Hydroponic Center. I don't know if you have an interest in hydroponics, Bruce.
I'm not much of a plant person, generally speaking. My partner sort of takes care of the few houseplants that we have in the flat. But
the only plants
in universe, maybe that's different.
True. I'm in charge of some bonsais. That's it. Otherwise, every plant is not my responsibility in this house.
Do you trim them?
No, they're not. They've not grown enough yet to reach that stage. I'm trying to. They're still less than a year old, so they're still in sort of sprouting stage, I guess.
Right, they're quite slow, aren't they?
Yeah. Python is my favorite ship, good all rounder. It's actually one of my favorite ships too. Not my favorite, but it is one of my favorites.
Mokyron says, I have a boa constrictor called Arthur. Me too. Commander Face Guy would like a little garden in their ship to live out their cowboy bebop fantasy. I could see, well, we have plants actually as dashboard
That's true.
decorations, don't we?
Yeah.
That's a thing. So you could set up a little garden at the front of your ship if you wanted.
Thomas says, as I posted on the forums, whoever's working on Galnet is doing great stuff. We shall pass that on. Thank you for the kind words.
MTR 1000 asks if we use HOTAS. So I'm on controller and Zac is on keyboard. I haven't actually had the pleasure of using a HOTAS yet.
No. It's one of those things that when we're back in the office properly, I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to try VR. They're like my two.
The VR is something else. It does really transform the whole experience, for sure. But yes, I imagine with the HOTAS, you really get into the immersive sort of feeling like a pilot.
Yeah. I don't know whether I'd be worse or better though, because I'm not a pilot and I'm not skilled in that way. You know, how hard is the transition, chat, of getting from sort of mouse and keyboard to controller to HOTAS? Will I just be, you know, like a headless chicken for the first few weeks of doing it, or is it fairly quick to get your head around?
That's a good question. Let us know, chat.
Katiana says, why has the Galnet audio gone? That is actually something that I looked into. It's just a current bug there is with the sort of publication of that. It's not gone forever. It will be coming back.
People generally saying that the transition to HOTAS is quite smooth and natural. Maybe someone suggesting that configuring all of the buttons and the layouts is maybe the hardest part.
Yeah. Super Chicken is asking whether the Alexandria was taken by Fargoids or something else. Either way, I will not be answering that question, because that is a lore question.
Yeah, we're not going to give away lore spoilers. This is stuff for you to get the tinfoil hats on and debate and discuss. And because I saw a question like that earlier saying, you know, is salvation involved with wall glass, for example? And it's like, this is all stuff for you to discuss and try and work out.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you the answers. That's no fun. It's actually more fun for us to have the answers and not tell you. That planet over there looks really nice, the blue one.
It does, yeah. It really does.
I think it's ringed. We're just at an angle where
got a very thin ring.
We're pretty much directly side on, so I can't see it.
So we're approaching Garrido Hydroponic Center.
Whoa, look at the depth of that ridge. It goes all the way along. That's one heck of a canyon.
So this should just be a simple pickup mission here. Whether that goes to plan tends to not be the case, but we can certainly try our best. Stars have come out of the glide very soon, but that gives us a chance to look at chat. So is that named after CM Bruce? Yes, it is. It is. Bruce has been blessed with few different settlements within the game.
I have.
Super Chicken says, I was hoping you didn't know and we could bring in a little tinfoil to this stream. So he's referring to the Alexandria disappearance. I mean, maybe we don't know. Maybe we do know. That's the fun, right? We're not going to tell you either way. What I will tell you is that it wasn't a book. Simple fetch mission, famous last words, true.
Apaphus says, must be in Horizons by mistake. It is not flat. Yes, chat. As you can see, it's definitely a significant lack of flatness on the planet. I couldn't find a better way to say that. It's definitely bumpy.
Red Rabbit says, put the Raider kit on your Python, makes it look nicer. That's completely subjective, Red Rabbit. Maybe I prefer it without the kit. On the other side of this rock, looks like it. My dear. Denied? No pad large enough? Okay. Well, looks like you've left the team anyway, Bruce. But I'll try and land.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't want to be blessed with the actual Mr. Greedo himself dropping by.
I think it would cause some kind of fourth wall paradox that the game just couldn't allow. So yeah, I've been booted, but that's all right. I'll actually I should be able to fly over there, meet up with you again.
Yeah.
And join you for the second mission.
If I can find somewhere to land.
I've seen a couple of comments to the effect of, "Oh, it's not as deep a canyon as you might find on Pomesh." Yeah, sure. People had 5-6 years to find the best sort of canyons and deepest ridges for racing and stuff in Horizons, and now Odyssey's been out for like a month. Of course, you haven't found all of the best canyon planets yet, so I'm not sure that's a very fair comparison to make. The stuff's out there. The stuff is out there. You just got to find it.
I mean, I'm not trying to, but this is pretty.
I know Scorpius is jesting. But I did see another comment where it's like, I don't know. If you look a bit further, you'll find the kind of things you're after. They are in the game, we promise.
The Real Rat King says, what happened with Update 5? Not much, but it is likely to be pushed by a week, just so that we can fit in everything there's a lot that we really want to get into Update 5. So at the minute, it's looking like it'll likely come a week later, but Update 4 is still due on Thursday. So I am here. I am at Garrido Hydroponics, and the view is pretty special. I mean, I'm not going to speak for the people that really want canyons, because I guess this isn't particularly a perfect canyon to sort of race around, but in terms of valley/canyon, it's doing it for me.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice location. Although I might be a little bit biased.
You have to like this one.
Yeah, true. I couldn't not like it.
Okay, so we found container. Well, we found where container 6 should be, which is this way. Let's have a look. This is simply a fetch mission, but the next one that I did have lined up was an assassination mission, which may or may not go according to plan. Okay, well, I've got the genome. I've also got your team invite.
All right, just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, well, I will be setting up to the next place. Do you know? You don't know where it is yet, do you? Okay, let me get to the ship.
Are you fetching or stealing?
Just fetching. All legal. All very legal activities.
All above board.
The next bit isn't, but it's not here, so we can leave this place.
Piglet, I'll let you know when I'm on foot, and I'll tell you myself. I'll try and open the item wheel and see. Horizontal inversion. So I take it you mean you want to select a medkit or something that's on the right, let's say, and it goes the other way. Just to confirm, because I remember when I was playing Conflict Zones with Arthur the other week, I was able to use the quick items all right. Cyberdarmy asks if Onion Head is grown or synthesized. Look, it's not that kind of hydroponics lab, I promise. Or maybe it is. I don't know what the situation is in 3307.
Right. So where's next? Jaya Shankar Agricultural Complex is next up.
Okay, what's the which body is that?
Aeonum A2B.
A2B. Oh, it's the same planet.
Yeah,
Did you
same
say
planet.
Jaya Shankar?
Yeah, that's one.
All right, I'll make my way over there.
Viajero says, suggestion for the monthly streams with devs, dedicate a main slot for networking issues. We can certainly ask about that.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff we're doing with networking. That's 100% something we'll be asking about.
Yeah, we can. It's not, when you say dedicate a slot for your
Yeah,
hero,
it's not going to be a
like
regular thing, right? But we can certainly ask about it.
Well, there's that, but there's also like, don't expect a 15-minute technical speech on exactly what the problems are and how they, all of the nitty-gritty stuff. I don't expect that. I would expect that from sort of features and content and stuff where, we can talk about design and implementation, that kind of thing. But networking stuff is just probably going to be too technical. I'd expect it to be a bit more top level, like, okay, we recognize these issues, we think these are the causes. Here's more or less what we're doing. I would see it as something like that rather than like a whole slot.
Team leg missions. If you mean team on foot missions in terms of shared missions, yeah, that is what that means.
The 3K production says so much for communication. Look, there's communication. There's being open with what we're working on and why and that sort of stuff. And then there's boring half the people in the chat to death with technical stuff that they won't understand, that I won't understand. Okay, while some select people who are into all of that will, it's not a matter of being open. We can be open about the networking stuff that's going on without, all of that stuff. So no, I find that a bit of a sarky comment, and I don't care for it. Sorry.
Yeah, people are saying they would like technical stuff. We will give technical, information, but potentially just not on things like networking. It'll be more on features, like Bruce said, that is actually,
Yeah. So we've done discovery scanners on content, for example, where we go into the design and how it works and that sort of thing. Like, one of the most recent ones we did was for Planetary Tech with Dr. K, where she talked about some more of the technical things, and that was very interesting and insightful. And for that, it makes a lot more sense.
You close by, Bruce? Are you still on the way?
Yeah, closing in now. I'm a mere 10 seconds or so away.
Oh.
Piglet's a fan of Discovery Scanner. Yeah, so we hope to put more of those on, moving forwards. We are keen to get dev on more than they have been in the past.
I'm here. Is that you coming down, or is that? No.
I don't think you'll be able to see me just yet.
You're still in Supercruise by the looks of things.
I am. Okay, I have you on my radar.
Nice. Sashi says any info on the clipping and invisible rocks. Nothing. I have no like say. Okay, that's been fixed, but it's certainly something that the dev are still looking at. Not been left behind. Initially, the reason why that was taking a while, or it is taking a while, is because we actually couldn't find many of that sort of invisible rocks. But we did ask you guys to send in some locations where that is a factor, and you have done. So that should hopefully help the process. So thank you for that. Is that you landing, Bruce? Have you made it down?
It is, yeah. I did slide a little bit, but I've got touchdown.
Oops.
We're rolling out in SRVs or just on foot as we
I
are?
was just going to go on. I don't think I've got an SRV, so I've got no choice. I may have parked quite far away without realizing.
We are a little bit far away, but that's all right. I'm up for a jog if you are.
So, we've got to assassinate Matthew Lang. Have you done one of these assassinate missions before?
Yes, I have.
So we need to track him down first, right? Which we might be able to do at a terminal.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. Chat, please correct me if I'm wrong. Just don't shoot each other. Look, it's not me and it's not Bruce and Arf on this stream. It's me and Bruce. Bruce only tends to attack Arf.
Well, there's that, but also I still maintain that this is an unfounded stereotype about me. True. I mean, Arthur didn't even get shot by me at all last stream, and we were in a conflict zone. Like, you know how many stray lasers
true, very true,
fly past. Although our friend Captain told me does actually make a really salient point.
Yeah,
which is that the ships should probably be a bit closer to the.
So I've dismissed my ship. It's
gonna be a long getaway.
My plan is to recall my ship when we get there, and hopefully it'll land closer by.
All right, I'll try and hop in with you then.
Yeah.
At the same time, as and when that comes.
The plan here is to do this efficiently, Bruce, and hopefully everything goes to plan.
Hopefully.
He's going to be inside a building, which is obviously going to be the main issue, right?
Right. Which suit are you wearing?
I'm in the Maverick.
Okay, nice. So you're equipped to get us in.
Yeah, I am. If need be.
All right.
What are we up to? We're trying to do an assassinate mission.
Okay. Oh, we're not wanted around here, right?
No, so we should be. Actually, as long as you have a weapon out.
Move about freely.
Make sure. Remember to listen out for scans.
Right. Which building should we try and get into for the terminal?
Sometimes there's actually terminals outside, which would be very useful.
Ah, I see one. In fact.
Have you got one? You're looking for Matthew Lang. Check the staff list.
Matthew Lang. Staff list. Matthew Lang. They have 0 clearance level, but they do work here.
Okay.
Okay, I've targeted them. So that should put them on my map at the top, right? It might make sense for you to do the same thing, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I have targeted them. Is that him up there, or is that you? Oh, he's right. He's just there, Bruce. He's right there.
That's our guy. Should we just go up the stairs and off him?
I mean, yeah, one sec. Let me make sure your gun's away. Let's head up the stairs and then just routinely take him out and then bail.
Just hello. All right. Well, have you got a kinetic weapon?
Yeah. No, I've got a plasma.
All right. Well, let's just sort him out. Yeah.
Okay, he's down.
All right. Let's get out of here.
Just going to scan just in case, but you said he doesn't have... No bounty detected, so he was not not too much of a criminal, but we got him.
Just a poor botanist.
Well, I asked for my ship to come back closer, but it doesn't seem to have gone too close.
That's all right. I'm sprinting for the my Cobra. It's not too far.
Nice.
Also, we're not really being...
I think we did that pretty swiftly. I don't even know if anyone noticed, to be honest.
We might have just gotten away with it.
You killed an innocent man, says Colin Ford. Look, he must have had something up with it. Like, there's no smoke without fire, Colin.
Yeah, he's annoyed somebody.
Yeah. Arth is fuming at how smoothly that has gone so far.
Yeah, the missions never tend to go smooth when Arthur's involved. I don't know if that's a coincidence. Oh yes, Piglet would like me to check the item wheel, so let me just bring it up. And so, what's your issue, Piglet? When you select something horizontally, it goes the other way. It's inverted.
Mine is not inverted.
Because for me, I can use a med kit and an energy cell.
What
exactly as
what control device are you using? Because I'm a mouse and keyboard and it's fine for me.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with that. But if you wanted to clarify, otherwise, just make sure it gets reported on the issue tracker and we'll take a look at it.
I didn't even put my shields on.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, that was just really easy assassination there. Oh, I see you've got the flames on your ship to make it go faster.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I need to put some red stripes on mine.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, we've successfully completed those 2 missions.
Easy peasy.
I was expecting it to take a bit. I mean, it's almost anticlimactic.
It is a bit. I mean, do you want to try something a bit more difficult?
Sure. I mean, I was expecting that to be pretty difficult, to be honest, but we can do. Less bored. Should we head back to the starport and...
All right, yeah, let's go back and pick up another mission to see what's available.
Covert heist, exactly. Don't know what all the fuss is about, Bruce.
Easy game. Orange Phoenix, did you guys leave dev mode on? Yeah, it feels like it.
We've actually got a specific tool in dev mode that allows us to place our targets precisely where we want them to be when we arrive.
Yeah, it was a bit convenient. Poor guy just happened to be wandering about,
Yeah.
separated from everyone else outside. I suppose, you know, if you're just an innocent hydroponics worker guy, you don't expect, you know...
No, you don't really.
expect to be assassinated. 0 clearance as well, so you know it wasn't particularly important.
No. Just a
I think he
casual worker, right?
Just lost a bet or something.
Yeah. Tell you what, Bruce, it is astonishingly warm in this room.
You're feeling the heat, are you?
I'm very much feeling the heat.
All right, maybe just the one more mission then, and then we'll call it.
Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll survive that long, don't worry.
Good. What's the name of the station we started from?
Agassiz City. It's 1,000 light seconds. It's easier if you filter stations, then they'll show up.
Yeah, I found it.
Quite
There's a lot of settlements here.
Yeah.
All right.
Steve J. Parker with a nice optimization joke. That's just the 99% GPU usage keeping you warm. I assure you it's actually the sun, but it's a funny joke. Do we have any news on Sally addressing an improvement on the camera blackout issue? Actually, I spoke to Sally about this today. I don't have an answer for you right now, and I'm not Sally. But we did talk about the fact that we do have the stream coming up with SPVFA. We're going to try and have something for that stream to do with some information. So we will try to get it stuff for Thursday.
Yo Soy Havoc, hello, hello. I'm doing very well. Hopefully you are as well, Zach.
I'm doing well, yeah, thank you. I mean, I feel like I'm burning, but otherwise, yeah.
Rough Rider says, are we there yet? Almost.
Almost, yeah, not too far. Stuart Bauer is designing a Type 12 and he's going to send the blueprints to Frontier.
Exciting. Just skipping the Type 11, or is there already a design?
No, I don't think so.
No, Sashes wants a two-wheeled motorcycle SRV. It's a cool idea, but I'm just thinking about it would have to be a lot smaller than the current SRVs, and I think therein lies part of the issue.
Sorry, chat.
Because if you put something that's SRV sized on two wheels, it's just not going to make a lot of sense. I don't think.
No, I don't think so. But maybe we can, think about it. I want to be able to wear the clothes the NPCs have.
You want to steal NPCs' clothes? That's weird. But we'll take it into consideration.
Can we have a button for Supercruise Assist? I actually like that idea. That is one that I would like to pass on.
Oh, have it as a keybind,
yeah,
you mean?
Yeah.
That's a cool suggestion, yeah.
Yeah, I am struggling with hay fever, Katiana, you are correct. Right, I've arrived back at the outside of the starport.
Okay. I suppose I don't need to go all the way in with you. I'll just hang around
Okay.
the entrance of the starport. Actually, no, I may as well go in. Why not?
Okay, Commander. Your assigned landing pad is number 4-1. Acknowledged, Commander. Clear for assisted docking.
Keybind for docking request as well. Yeah, I can see why that would be a
I know a lot of people.
thing.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do that with like macros and stuff, right? Because you have to. It's like multiple button presses. I agree. It would be nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things. However you have your inputs for that, you sort of commit it to muscle memory, and you tend to do it sort of without even.
Yeah, that's true.
Thinking, but yeah, I can imagine just having one button for it could be a nice thing. Speaking of which, I didn't even request docking myself before.
You just flew straight in.
Just let myself straight in through the door. Let me just see my way out and try that again.
Yeah, can't use macros on console. It's a good point. It is a good point.
Touchdown sequence complete. Securing ship. You're all checked in, Commander. Enjoy your visit.
Hay fever wipes are really good. I think I've heard of them actually. I've never. I generally just take tablets. Wipes sound wasteful. Depends how frequently you would use them. No spray and eye mist. That sounds more like a torture device, Ultra Zippy, than medication. Eye mist? I've got something against spraying stuff into. I don't know about you, Bruce, but I don't like eye drops. I don't like anything going into my eyes.
I'm the same. I'm very sensitive with my eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think I could spray anything onto it. I don't think I could physically do it. I just would automatically react by closing my eye. I think I'd have to actually physically hold it open, and even then, I don't know if it'd be
There's
enough.
no way. There's no way. I used to be bad with like needles and stuff too, but I'm not too worried now. I'm getting my jab tomorrow. But
Okay.
I used to really hate needles, but I still hate don't want anything going near my eyes. Keep it away. Right. So there's a massacre mission.
Right.
There's take out. Oh no, maybe let's see if we can find. What was the mission type that me, you, and Alf did a while back, where it was like it was on a settlement and there was like a bunch of raiders or something, and we had to clean them out.
And we took them all out.
Was it a raid? Was it a raid? No.
It sounds like a massacre mission, no?
Yeah, it might have been a massacre mission.
I mean, I'm up for it. It's definitely going to pose more of a challenge, I think, than just offering one guy.
Because I'm thinking it might not be, because with those missions, you have to search for those people. It doesn't necessarily tell you where to find them. Settlement raid. This is it. I believe this is it. How far away is that? 17 light years away.
That's pretty close.
You want to give that one a go?
All right, let's do it. Just let me know where we have to go and I'll follow you there.
Shrek the movie says, can we ask questions during the stream? You can indeed.
Oh, the boss wants to call us after the stream.
Does he mean after? You mean after the stream, or do you mean when we are about to wrap up? Maybe clarify to Bruce in Teams or whatever if you can.
Oh, I see. Call us in. Maybe he's going to join us.
Yeah, I don't know whether he wants to be in this mission, if he wants to have... He's got a statement for the end of the stream, or...
Let us know, Arf. We'll pull you in. I mean, we could do it now, to be fair.
I can. It'll mess up the cameras, but that's okay, right? I guess. I can just turn. What I could do, I could bring him in. I could just turn everyone's camera but mine off.
Yeah, that
and
works.
Show the gameplay.
Should we do it now? Shall we?
If you can, let me just 1 second. This stream was running so smoothly, you know. I'm joking. Okay. So now it's just me and the game on screen. So if you want to call Harper in, it should not affect anything. Right, let me figure out where we're going.
All right, I'm going to pull Arthur into the call then.
Sure. Do you want to know where we're heading, or are you busy at the moment?
Okay, I think we have one Arthur Tommy live on the
nice.
stream with us. Mike's hot. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Interrupt your.
Oh, we lost you for a second.
Oh no, am I with you?
You are right now.
Yes, you are.
Hello, chat, and hello, everyone. Sorry, I didn't mean to just interrupt your stream, but it was going seamlessly, so I figured I'd have to put my oar in and destroy things for you, Zach.
That's fine.
So, firstly, thanks a lot, both of you, for the stream so far. Excellent. I'm sad you didn't get caught in the last mission. You are correct there, Zach. I just want to address something really. 07 chat as well. Thanks everyone for joining in. Just want to address something. I've been obviously watching the stream, and I've seen people talking about the VR message we put out right at the start. I just want to add some clarity to that. One of the things that I said I would give is answers that I know that people maybe don't want to hear. And one thing I also want to stress before I go any further is that our job and the job of my team is to listen to the feedback, pass it on, and communicate back to you. So with regards to the VR, in terms of there being sort of full VR implemented into Odyssey as such, there are no plans for it in the works at the moment in time. We're never going to say never, but one thing I don't want to do is string people along. And one thing I don't want you to ever think we're trying to do is say, oh, it's going to come, it's going to come. It's something we'd love to do, I'm sure, in the future, but it's something there's no plans for in the immediate future, and there isn't a time scale on it. So when we say we're not working at the moment, that is true. We're not. There are other pressing things we want to put into Odyssey and get right in Odyssey first before we look any further on. So it's not a case of we're ignoring VR, it's not there, but it's just me being honest and us being, like, as we said before, I don't want you to think that we're going to take you down this lane of like, oh yeah, it'll come, and then you think that's what we're doing. At the moment, it's not our development is not working at the moment. If that changes, we will of course tell you. One of the other things I want to address is people say, stop saying you're being honest. It seems like you're being dishonest. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to be that. Well, I'm just trying to give you the answers as we've got them. So that's that. In terms of people asking about the content that's going to come post our dev sort of updates, so that's going to be coming as I said, I think it was on the last stream we talked through what we were going to do. Please allow us some time to organise how we're going to be sort of rolling that content out to you. It's going to take us a few weeks to get that organised. That's what we're doing right now behind the scenes. So I know people are asking in chat right now and saying, well, tell us what the content is. I'll treat you as adults that you are. I'm not going to tell you now because it isn't organised yet. Once it's organised, I'll tell you. So it's not that we don't have it, it's just not organised. So just give us the time to get that organised in chat. So that's the two bits I wanted to clarify whilst the stream is still going, because I do watch the streams as much as I can do, and I don't want to. And also, Bruce and Zach gave exactly the answer that we have regarding VR. So that's where it is. It's never to say it's never going to come, but it certainly isn't on the roadmap at the moment, and certainly isn't being worked on at the moment. So that's just a bit of clarity. And I just wanted to do that whilst the stream was live, because I figured that was why everyone would go away and talk about it. So I was desperately trying on every form of device to get in and say, call me into the chat, I'll talk about it. I'll hang around for a bit. I don't want to take too much more of the stream, but I just thought it was important that I jumped on.
That's all right. You can feel free to peruse the chat, Alf, if you've got any questions come up.
I'm always watching the chat. Chat should know this. I'm always in the chat. I'm always watching. I'm everywhere. I'm that thing out of Monsters Inc. Always watching without me. That's me.
Patrick raises a good point. Alf, aren't you on holiday?
I never sleep. I never have holidays. I don't take breaks. I like all of us, and chat will probably pillar me for this. We generally care about this game. So does Dev. It's really important to us that we listen to you and what you want, and we put it in where and when you want to deliver it. So it is important for us. Hence the reason I jumped in.
I'm scared that you're always lurking.
I lurk everywhere. I lurk in streams, on chat. I'm everywhere. the eye of Sauron. But yes, so that's the two updates. I can sort of hang around. I'm not answering some of the questions that are in here because people are asking about stuff that may or may not arrive later on. And like I said, there is features that will be added to Odyssey, and we want to surprise you, and we want to have. And I know there'll be stuff in there you really, really like. So I want to surprise you when that comes in, but I'm also very, very conscious at the moment you want to believe that there are features coming, and I totally understand that. So I'm telling you there are features coming, 100% there are features coming, and we will talk about some of those. I mean, we'll probably tease them. To be totally honest, I'm going to tease some of it because it's me. and we'll start talking about them as they come in. But we've got a structure through for our first update. We're working through with Dev at the moment, and then when we have those features to talk about in depth, we will. And the questions I've seen about the planetary tech stuff, a lot of that stuff I answered on the previous stream, but I will go over it right now. Obviously, it's stuff we're looking into. Some of it is sort of, I always butcher this stuff because devs do it so eloquently, but it's more than, so there's going to be a pun as well. It's more than surface deep. So like there are fixes that are graphical, there are fixes that are not. So some of this tech fixes will be coming in, and Dev are looking at any and all the issues at the moment. And at the end of June, once we've assessed all of that stuff, we'll work out what needs to be done and what still remains to be done, if anything, and then work that in, which we did say we would update you at the end of June, and we will. But I will reiterate to everyone, and I know it's not everyone, but I will reiterate it just as a standing comment. Our job is to listen. Our job is to communicate backwards and forwards, and we will continue to do that as best we can. We know you care about the game, and we know that's why you give the comments that you do. But please, as I said before in the previous streams, keep them as civil as possible, because it makes our job a lot easier, and it makes Dev's job a lot easier to action what needs to be actioned, you know?
Bill Bob says, does smear campaigns exist in the game? They do exist in the game, but they are incredibly rare. We're looking at what we can do to make them less so. Bruce, I notice you probably haven't joined me on this journey. If Bruce is even here, I can't see anything, to be honest, anymore.
I'm still here, but yeah, you're on your own at the moment.
Fair enough. I can try and take it on by myself, to be fair, if you're still in the other system.
Yeah, I think you've got this. I can try and catch you up, but just go ahead.
Okay.
So Astro Criminal, can I make an Arthur poster? Does he have any suggestions? Astro Criminal, I'm mildly worried and also curious. Feel free to have at me however you wish. I will take it in all of my chins in the good spirit that it is meant.
Oh, this might be tricky to park at.
Do you know, I've got the stream pause, Zach. I don't know what you're doing. Sorry, I'm just watching the chat.
That's all right.
Flory says, I've missed the beginning of the stream. Are there any news about the fixes to the lighting? There was a ton of stuff actually at the start of the stream. I'd say watch it back, but a lot of stuff is going for update 4 around lighting. So please check back on at the start of the stream. And obviously update 4 is scheduled in for this Thursday in the morning. Angel Rayleigh, Arthur Top was riding a Thargoid horse. I'm not sure the universe is ready for that. Also, that would require a lot of canvas. I've seen this come up as well a lot, which is the grinding for suits and weapons. Obviously, Odyssey's been live now for just under 3 weeks, so we are looking at all that sort of stuff as a bigger whole picture, which is all the server-side stuff we can do and numbers we can tweak and adjust. We are looking at that, but there is an element of we need to leave it some time in the wild to get a clear look of what needs to be adjusted, but it is something we're not just ignoring. Alexander Corbin, did we get an update today on the flight suit? There's no update today. I'm glad the flight suit's working. Update is on Thursday. Ooh.
So I've got myself a shotgun.
Or they are tasty, Zach.
I've not used it yet, but mine is not engineered like yours is.
Mine isn't engineered, it's just grade 3.
Okay.
You'll have a lot of fun with it, mate. Snipchat, Elite Dangerous. As someone who's never seen anything related to the Thargoids, what site would you recommend to watch first? I don't know when you say you've never seen anything related to them, do you mean like any material related to Thargoids? If there's anything I can suggest, I'd go right to the start and watch the first ever Hyperdiction, because that was incredible. I think I saw it on BBC News.
Really?
Shield activated.
Yeah, it made BBC News. I remember being at work and seeing it, and I immediately booted up Elite Dangerous and tried my damnedest to get hyper addicted for about 3 hours straight, and I just couldn't. I've never been hyper addicted actually. Never.
I've also not been hyper addicted. Not yet. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of it right now.
Oh, you get too far away. It's a shotgun.
True,
Zac.
but there's true, but there's so many of them.
It's not a tickling contest, mate. Get in. Give them both barrels. What suit you in, by the way?
Dominator.
What's your secondary weapon?
I think it's a pistol.
You haven't taken 2 primaries then?
It seems not, for some strange reason. I only have myself to blame.
Zac,
What's that?
you not take another primary weapon?
No, it seems not.
Well, I mean, there's your first mistake.
Yeah, that is. I can blame myself for that. That's 100% my fault.
That's... Oh, dear.
I've never done that.
Don't forget your medkits.
Oh, hang on. No, I do. I do have another one. We're good. Oh yeah, medkits. That's a good one.
Piglet, with regards to the console stuff, the whole reason we want to do this month-to-month development progress is to give you all behind-the-scenes update and look at just what goes into developing the game and sort of moving over to console. So we'd hope to bring you along, all of you along on that journey. And one of the things that I think we've realised we could be better at is maybe showing you a sort of a peek behind the curtain. Things have changed drastically, and again, I would say that development nowadays for a video game is certainly, well, say nowadays, this last year and a half has certainly been a lot different to what it used to, what you call traditionally developing a game, where everyone being in studio. So it's a bit more different, and we hope to sort of give you a peek behind the curtain at how that's going and sort of show you the triumphs and or challenges that we have during that entire process, which I think is what you'd all want to see, right? So you want to know when it's going well, you want to know when it's not going well, you want to know what we're doing to make things happen, etc., etc. So that's the idea. Zac using explosive barrel as cover.
Was I?
Yeah.
Not good.
If there wasn't a Darwin Award, mate, you'd be close. The real ranking, what is hyperdicted exactly? That is where, when you're traveling between stars rather than between a system, a Thargoid will pluck you out, which is, well, I would say nothing else on that, but so they'll pluck you out and have a little mosey at you, see what you're doing, see what you're carrying. They generally aren't aggressive unless you're aggressive back. You do what I did the first time I ever met a Thargoid. It wasn't hyperdicted. It was, I think I went to a threat level and rammed them by mistake because I panicked. Or you might be carrying, I'm going to say like parts of Thargoids, like Thargoid heart, or they're not too friendly with that. But my argument is it doesn't necessarily make them bad. I try to look at this from, the Thargoid's point of view. If you were walking down the street and somebody approached you and happened to be holding, a human hand, you'd be like, this person probably isn't very friendly towards me, so I'm probably not going to be their friend.
Wow, this guy's escaping my wrath.
Volty, with regards to weapon balancing, same as what I said before, we're keeping an eye on all that sort of stuff at the moment, just to see sort of what's being used, what's being overused, what's doing so much damage. I mean, I'll be honest. I think Zac has made an error taking 2 plasma. I think,
yeah, true. I wanted to try them out, to be honest.
Yeah, I think 2 plasma is not necessarily the way to go. Plasma shotty, mate, is the way. But I don't
actually
know.
really like this marksman rifle. Actually,
how fast can you fire it?
Yeah, let's try.
So I'm watching the stream. There's a slight delay for me.
Right, when you see it, that's as fast as you can fire.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So it's very much like a DMR then.
Yeah.
English Gent 2021. Every time I was interdicted, I always died, but that's Elite 84. I believe, I might be wrong in saying this, but Elite 84, there was no escape. You literally fought until you died in Elite 84.
Wow. Oh, there you go. Job done. I'll head back to the station if there's any more questions while we do that. And then we'll wrap up.
Snedex, just going to go through your question. Whilst I appreciate getting the answers, it's a bit telling when a CMS are phoning in on holiday to clarify answers to questions. I don't necessarily think that's telling. I think that's just adding some more clarity to what's been said. And I can see it's more connected to what I said actually in a previous stream, which is I will never tell my team to not give answers, even if they're answers that people don't want to hear. So there's that part of it. So it's not really, we weren't really fluffing it. I think it was quite a fair comment by the guys. Probably concentrate. Can we have one stream per week that's just news? In fairness, we do Supercruise news, but and again, I'll be totally honest with how this will work. Supercruise news will be as it stands at the moment. We'll go with updates first, and then we want to share what's going on in the community in terms of the gameplay, various community groups, etc., because that is important to us, very important to us to showcase that sort of stuff, and we'll continue to do that. And then and then at the end, if the guys fancy it, we'll jump in for some missions, some gameplay. And then the Thursday stream will always be us just playing Elite and enjoying Elite. And then what we're looking to do is, or what we will be doing, is once a month we'll be doing a dedicated developer stream where we'll have a developer on. We'll talk about the progress that we're making on console, behind the scenes development on Odyssey, features, etc. But we're working through that entire structure, and that'll be ready for the end of this month to explain how it's going to work. So that's kind of where we're going to go. In terms of like having more and more streams, as much as we'd love to do this all the time, we don't have the time to do the streams all week. I know people will say it's really easy to do a stream, but it really isn't. The guys do have an awful lot of work to do throughout the week. One of the things I'm super conscious of, and I'll say it, is I haven't got enough time really to jump on and do as many console streams as I want to, because I'm the only one with an Xbox, and no one has a PS4 at home, so we can't log in and stream. So I will try and do some more console streaming because I'm primarily a console player. Rifle is king. But look, I hope that look, and Snedix, I take that for what it was. I think it was a genuine comment. I don't think you were being snide or harsh or anything there at all. But yes, the stuff that Zach said and the sterling job that Sally did last week, the team are way more active in the forums, and we have the answers we're given to you. If we don't have an answer, we'll say you don't have an answer. What about taunts for on-foot gameplay? Something we know that people want is emotes, so we'll have a look at that. It is on our list. Can't you all buy one through FDev? Do you know what? If we could buy a console for FDev, I would definitely sanction it. The problem is, you're not being able to buy them. They're just not there. Yeah. You can't buy them. They're just not available, right?
I'd certainly have a nice Series X in my nice commission Series X, if that's the thing.
Tinman971, you're saying why is VR being thrown under the bus? It's not being thrown under the bus. It's just you've just been updated as to where it is and what's going on with it. I said as I jumped into the stream, there are no plans. We're not working on full VR at the moment. That's not to say it's never going to come, but I don't want to say it's going to be 6 months, a year down the line when I don't have that information for you. At the moment, it's not being worked on. It's not being thrown under the bus. The team are aware it's a want from the community, but it's just not not being worked on at the moment. After no BS, how do you feel about the community now that the guys are upfront with stuff? I've never had an issue with the community. I've said this. I think I've said this like probably one of the first streams I was on. Like, I get why people get frustrated and get angry. It's all of it is born out of the love for the game. So I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. I do take issue when people are snide or say horrible things to my team or the devs. I won't tolerate it, and I have instructed my team to call it out as and when they see it, which I think is fair. In the spirit of being honest, I think we can be honest with each other. But in terms of how I feel about the community, I have the utmost respect for our community. You're smart, passionate. You give the answers when the hard answers, and we listen to them and we pass them. So I wouldn't change the community at all. You thought the new schedule had 3 streams. Sinex, apologies if that was what came across. I think it's the added developer stream, which is once a month. There's an extra stream. It's not every single week. So apologies if that didn't come across clear. Tim, man, what I can promise is I'll ask the question. So I will see what we can get out of it. But what I don't want to do is set an expectation that if we put a statement out, there'll be a time frame on it. One of the things that and it's very hard. One of the things that I think my dad used to tell me is you can't please all the people all the time. But one of the things is what I don't want to do is put a statement out, and then people they'll have a go because we haven't given a time frame on it. And if we don't put a statement out, we'll have a go because we haven't spoken about it. So it's one of those things where I'll try my best to get you an answer that kind of covers everything. Eluding Fist, I must have missed your question, but I just got a please and thank you. You're welcome. After you have that, yeah, I don't at the minute. No, sorry, I am working on that. It's just getting people's time and plans together. As soon as I have that for you, I will put it in.
Welcome to you, Commander. We'd be happy to serve you at this port. Okay, Commander, proceed to land.
I'm on a delayed. I'm seeing the chat very delayed right now, and I'm just going past the bit where everyone was giving me flack for my shotgun abilities. Thanks, chat.
I mean, it wasn't great, Zach.
Well, we lived,
I'm not-
right? We did it.
You did it, but it wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I want to, like, me and Bruce on our last stream, that last conflict zone was epic. Like, genuinely, I was over the moon with that. And I know we had an issue at the end, but SLVs coming in, other commanders fighting us. There was like we had to fall back to the bar, actually have a fight in the bar, then push out, then we lured the SLV in, damaged it with a grenade, finished it off. It was really, really fun, really fun.
Just coming into the station now, and then I'll complete the mission, then we can wrap up.
Senex, no worries. It's fine. Like I make mistakes all of the time. I will let you all in a mistake I made today, which the guys have, spoken about. But the delay to the update wasn't confirmed. They may not be delaying it, but they are now. I've said it, so it's my fault. So it's entirely my fault, chat. There's a look behind the curtain. I said something I shouldn't have said. The team put it out there. But yeah, it will be a week after. But that was my fault. It was entirely my fault for doing exactly that, Snedex. I was rushing through emails and paperwork, etc., etc. Limacron, our bigger performance it's still scheduled for update 4. In every update, they are looking for performance increment increases. We are hoping for it to see a bigger one in update 4, but we have to wait and see how it takes. As I've been quite open and honest about, and the reason we've asked for the information from people's sort of system setups regarding performance is what we're testing seems to be working, but it's on various systems. It does entirely different things. We're not quite sure what's causing that. So we're hoping that a lot of players will see a bigger increase, but again, in a being totally transparent, we have to, the proof's in the pudding. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, there we go. Mission complete, handed in. Very successful, actually. Very successful.
How much money did you make? I didn't see.
Sorry, I made 140k from that one.
What do you take as reward? Do you take credits, or do you go for the?
I tend to take on my personal account. I tend to take materials and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I do. Materials all the way. Also, I've seen a lot of people coming in asking about Twitch drops, etc. They will come back. I'm very keen on making them sort of better. I know Bruce is. Bruce is doing a lot of work behind the scenes on that. It's not as easy as people think. So we are working on that at the moment. So stay tuned for news and Twitch drops. But I don't want to keep you any longer.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm ready when you are, mate.
And hijack the end of your stream.
No worries. Okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up then. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining it. Thank you, Bruce and Arth for jumping in and giving us some more information. As Arth said, we did go over a lot of information specifically to do with Update 4 and things like map changes and lighting fixes that are on the way. So if you did miss the first sort of half an hour of the stream and you want to see that, I would recommend potentially watching the VOD here on Twitch or on YouTube, which it should be up shortly. So make sure you do that if you missed some of the information. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. Like we said earlier, we'll be back on Thursday with another stream. It'll be a SPVFA photography school. So we'll be learning the ropes of in-game photography and how to increase your chances of getting yourself on Stella screenshots, let's say. So yeah, make sure you tune in on Thursday evening for that. Until then, Bruce, have you got any final comments on today's antics?
No, not really, other than to say thanks very much for having me on, Zach, and thank you for watching, everyone. Big 07. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah. Arthur, anything you want to close off on?
No, just thank you to you guys for all the work you're doing, listing and relaying information. Boys and girls, Sally, Paul, you do a great job. Sorry for hijacking into your stream.
That's fine. Okay. We'll jump off now. What we'll do is we'll find somebody to raid, chat. So please do stick around and please be friendly to whoever we raid. And yeah, until Thursday, 07 Commanders.